Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today I'm going to be talking about the problems people are having when they're connecting their Xbox One S controller to their Android mobile phone. Now, this will only ever work with the newer Xbox One controllers with the Bluetooth built in, and a lot of people are saying that since they've updated their controller, that it's no longer working on their mobile phones, that it's asking for a passkey, and it's not, they're blaming it on Microsoft. They're saying that, you know, since they've done the update, it's not working, so don't do the update. Well, in my instance, the controller's completely up to date, and it works all the time on this one here. I can't get it to work at all on this phone here, and I can get it to work intermittently on this phone here, but more often than not it doesn't work. Now on this phone on the edge, this is Android 5, this is running Lollipop. These two are both running Marshmallow, so that's Android 6. So I'm just going to show you that the controller is up to date. I'm just going to show you it working on here and not working on here. If we were to go up to the Xbox One S, now with these you can update. I'm going to show you the update on the Xbox One S, but I'm also going to show you on a Windows 10 laptop as well, because sometimes people buy these controllers so that they can purely play on their PC or their Android phone or both. So what we need to do is you need to go to Settings, and then you need to go to Connect and Devices, and you need to go to Devices and Accessories, and there it will say no update available because it is already updated, but I'm still going to go through and press A anyway. And then I'm going to say, it says, let's get ready. Connect your controller to the Xbox with a USB cable, which I have. On these Xbox One S ones, these Bluetooth ones, you don't actually need to do it via the USB cable. It will update wirelessly. Also, keep any attached devices connected to the controller, which I have done. I've got my headset plugged in. So everything is plugged in like I want to use it. And I'm going to press A, and you see it will go from 0 to 100 straight away because it doesn't need the update. And it says no updates needed. Now I'm just going to show you it working on the Windows 10 laptop over here. So what I'm going to have to do is, this laptop doesn't have Bluetooth built in, so I'm going to plug it in via the USB, which is there. And what you want to do is you want to find out that you've got Windows Anniversary Edition. So if you're not sure if you've got that or not, go to where you can type in things to Cortana down here. So go to this box down here and just write about your PC, and you see it will come up there. And then what you need to do is you need to click on it. If you go across here, it will tell you what edition you've got. So for example, this one says Windows 10 Pro, yours might say Windows 10 Home, and then it will say the version. At the moment when this video is made, 1607 is the latest version, so that will be Windows Anniversary Edition. So what you then need to do is, you need to get out of that and you need to go to the Xbox Accessories app. So I'm just going to go down to that. Right, so this is the Xbox Accessories app. If you had the Elite controller, this is where you could map the buttons, but I haven't got the Elite controller. You can't map the buttons on these Xbox One. But if you go to Device Info, it says here no update available. Firmware version 3.1.1221.0. So at the moment I'm completely up to date with the controller. So my controller, my Xbox, my Windows computer is all up to date. And just to show you it working, just to show you that it doesn't seem to be an actual issue with the controller itself, I'm going to show you it working on this phone here. Right, so I'm going to turn on Bluetooth. And I'm going to go into Bluetooth settings, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the, let's get rid of that now, we don't need that. I'm going to hit the pair button up here so it goes into pairing mode, and I'm going to hit Xbox wireless controller here, and it will say connecting. Let me go to more settings because it often doesn't work when I do that. Right, I'm going to hit Xbox wireless controller. Now, if it doesn't go through there, because a lot of the time it doesn't, what you can do is you can forget this device. So hit the gear icon here and go to forget. And then it will bring up the item as available devices underneath. So if you hit it there, you see it says pairing. And there we go, it's connected. And if you have a look at the top, the Bluetooth's got two little dots next to it. And if you look at my controller, you can see that the Xbox lights stop flashing. And now you can see I'm moving around the screen. So just quickly show you a game working off. Okay, so it says gamepad connected. And let's just go to resume. Right, so you can see that this is accelerate, RT is accelerate, LT is brake and reverse, and then left analog stick is to steer, and B would be to boost. Yeah, brake. So you can see it's working there. Okay, so we know it's not an issue with the actual controller because this is fully up to date, yet it's still connecting to the Android phone. But now if I just disconnect, some people have been asking how you disconnect, just hold it down for about a good 8 or 9 seconds until the light goes out, and then it will be disconnected. Obviously when you go to use this back on your Xbox One again, you're going to have to either use the cable to sync it up, you know, the USB cable that was plugged in to begin with, or you hit the sync button on the Xbox One and the sync button here, or the pair button, and then it will sync back up to the controller. So at the moment we're disconnected from that one there. And now let's go to this one here, because this is probably what you guys are experiencing when you look at it. So I'm going to turn on Bluetooth, go to Bluetooth settings, and turn on the Xbox One controller. Get it into pairing mode, and if you have a look here it says Xbox wireless controller, just like before. But this time, whenever I do it on this phone, it will come up with that I need a passkey. Couldn't pair with Xbox wireless controller because of an incorrect pin or passkey. And if I was to, I can't forget it because it was never connected to begin with. And if I do it on this phone here, it's exactly the same thing. Now this phone will intermittently work, but lately it hasn't been working at all. So again, if I go down, go into the Bluetooth settings, more settings, it says Xbox wireless controller, and when it goes to pairing it's trying to do it, but again it comes up with the same thing, couldn't pair with Xbox wireless controller because of an incorrect pin or passkey. Now it's not an issue with the Bluetooth on the phone either, because I'm going to get the PlayStation 4 controller and you'll see how quick that will sync up. Right, so I've got a DS4 PlayStation 4 DualShock controller. I'm going to hit share and PlayStation button to get it into pairing mode, and you'll see now it's flashing like that. And let's go onto here and refresh, and there we go, it's come up with wireless controller up the top here, and if I hit wireless controller it will say pairing, and there we go, it's connected. So if you have a look up here, you can see now the Bluetooth's got two dots next to it. It says wireless controller connected, and the light's gone to steady. The Xbox One's still flashing away. Well, what's happened with the Xbox One is it's synced up to this one again. So let me turn the Bluetooth off on this one. You can see here it's synced up. So on this phone it does just work fine all the time. You can see now it's gone back to flashing. Right, anyway, back to this one here. So if I now move around, you can see can you see it? Can you see the icons moving around the place? And if I was to go to that same game, Asphalt 8. Right, so here we go with this one here. Very similar to controls, but the only confusing bit is you have to press square instead of X to enter into things. But the controls will still be the same, it will be left analog stick. So accelerate is right trigger, brake is left trigger, and reverse left trigger. Change camera angle is L1. And boost on this particular game is X. Yeah. So you can see there's nothing wrong with the phone. The Bluetooth on the phone works fine. for some reason there's an incompatibility between this particular phone and the Xbox One S controller. Let's just see if this controller can pair up to the Android 5 phone here. So let's put it into pairing mode again, so I need to hold down the PlayStation button to turn it off. And now hold down the share and the PlayStation button to get it into pairing mode. Okay, and now let's get this into pairing mode, press refresh, and it comes up with wireless controller straight away. Hit wireless controller, and there you go, you can see it's connected, and again the Bluetooth symbol's got the 2 dots next to it. Just get up. There you go, you can see that I'm moving round. So as you see, it's not the phone. Both of these phones work fine with the DualShock 4 controller, but for some reason the Xbox One S controller, although it's using Bluetooth, will only work with this phone here. And now let's just compare the two model numbers between these two phones that do work with the PlayStation 4 controller, but only this one works with the Xbox One controller. So let's go to settings, and if I go to about phone, software updates, it says here current software version is 6.01130F FCN1. And this one, settings, about phone, software updates. This one is similar, but it is a little bit different, so it does look slightly older. So this is 6.0. Now, they're both running Android 6. I don't know the difference between these last digits here. Maybe it's just different phones have different digits. I'm not sure about the last ones there, or whether they are slightly different versions. Perhaps somebody watching this might know the answer to that. But so it is very strange how it seems to work on certain versions of Android phones and not other versions, even when everything is up to date. So hopefully you found the video useful. Unfortunately, I think that if it's not working on your phone, there's not much you can do about it. On a phone like this, you can reset the network settings, but then you need to do it every few goes, and it doesn't really help. At the moment now, even if I reset the network settings, it's not working at all. This phone, I've never ever had it working on the Xbox One S controller. This phone works all the time on the Xbox One S controller. So unfortunately, I think if you want a controller to connect to your phones, I think you're better off going with a DualShock 4 controller if you're looking for a controller specifically just to connect to phones. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if it helped you out. Take care. Bye now.